work is diving right into that discomfort. Most people try to push that away, and until we are ready to dive into that discomfort, that emotion will keep coming back. That saber-toothed tiger is not going to go away. It's always going to be there. Are we ready to look at our emotion and really see what happens is emotions are our gateway. There are actually, feelings are our great friends, but we push them. We've learned to shove them under the rug. And when we learn to become comfortable with the discomfort of these feelings when they're coming up and not running away from it, not expressing it too much, not suppressing it too much, but being with it gently, it reveals something so important to you. And what it reveals to you in the moment is that, wow, I can be in that moment of flow. I have the energy to do whatever it takes to move forward in life. I've had slow moments this year too. It's not all been hunky-dory, you know, I've had slow moments, but I've used those moments to write a book. And as a matter of fact, my second book that I wrote it in 3 weeks because I was in that flow. And when you're in that flow, you are sharp. You are so sharp. And that's when you say things, you do things, you write things, and you go, wow, did that just come through me? And that's the capacity we want to build. And if I can do it, everyone in this room can do it. That's where we want to go. We don't want to be stuck in the mind. We want to actually come back from the mind and come to our body, come to our feelings, befriend our feelings, and learn from our feelings. They're there to tell you something. But what do? As soon as that alarm goes off, we hit the snooze button on it. And how we hit the snooze button? The snooze button looks like substance addiction and process addiction. And substance addiction is just not alcohol and drugs. It's food, absolutely. Sugar, caffeine. We're stuffing ourselves with it. And process addiction is BlackBerry-holic, shopaholic, internet-holic, you name it, iPhone-holic, whatever you want to call it, anywhere but here. How much time do we really spend in here? We're running away from ourselves. And I'm not here to preach, by the way. It may sound like that. I'm sorry if it does. I really want to bring you back to yourself. Learn from yourself. Become comfortable with the discomfort. It's not going to kill you. Guaranteed. There is no tiger out there running after you. It's just a perception. And if you can understand, yes, I am positive. So, the mechanical brain, the memory, this is what happens. It's tedious, it's mundane, it's learned behavior. You're just repeating the same patterns. What's the fun in it? It's resisting the low points in life. You're running away from the threats. But conscious awareness choice will take you to wisdom in the now. You'll be creative. You can be extraordinary. You can really awaken the extraordinary in you through that. In the moment response. You don't have to have canned responses. You know those statements like, you don't ever say you, like you don't do this, you don't do that. It's, you know, they work for a certain time, fine. But when you don't really mean it, when you don't really feel it, it doesn't have the impact. You want to get away from canned responses and move into the now. And open to both high and low points in life because they're one. The peaks and valleys, the ebb and flow, they're all one. What you do when you're in the valley is going to define your next peak. And how are you going to use this time to get out of this way of being and thinking and feeling? So this is what we did, okay? Well, I've been working on it for so long because every time, and I have been my own experiment, by the way. The books have really come from my own pain in life. It is not a theory, it's all practical stuff you can apply and get someplace with it. Like Einstein said, the significant problems we have cannot be solved at the same level of thinking with which we created them. What is he saying here? And of all the Einstein's my role model. He knew how to get into that creative process. He understood the value of inner reflection. And most of his stuff came to him in his dreams. The theory of relativity came to him in his dreams. So when you stop with your mind, with your mechanical mind, and you can return to the inner flow of life, the inner flow of your intelligence, doors open to you that you would have never thought. And if you ask my mother, do you believe your daughter's written 2 books? She would just nod her head and say, I couldn't even get her to compose a sentence. I would pull my hair apart. So Nirja writing books is wow. And why am I sharing this with you? Not to put myself down, but to make you understand with my mechanical mind I can only go so far. But with the flow, where my mind, heart, and gut is aligned, there's so much more we can conquer.